Good morning, students. Today we will study lesson 8 networks. So, first of all, what is network? A network consists of two or more computers that are linked in order to share resources, such as like a printer, it can be CDs. So, like that, there are two computers or more than two computers that are linked, they are connected. Why they are connected? To share their resources. So in this chapter we will study about computer network and its component, advantage of networking, network media, types of network, networking devices, networking terminology, protocols. So first of all, we will try to understand this what is network by some examples. Like you can see, networks of roads, railway lines, canals. So these are the also a networks, because this is the road network of roads, network of railway. Because in the railway you can see there are the many tracks are there. So that is the network of the railway lines. Okay, so many canals, network of this phones, signals, towers. So like communication networks, telephone system, that we are calling. So so this is like to talk anyone anywhere anytime. So this is the because of the it is possible by the this is the phone network, telephone network. Like a network of banks, ATM, automated teller machine. So there are so many ATMs you have seen. So these are the networks. So networks can be of different on these different areas of the network, but having the same kind of components that all are connected. So here we will know the networks. We are going to study which is the network of computers. Like you can understand, like suppose one computer you have and one more computer is there. This is your computer B. So two computers, if they are connected, so they are in the network. We call that they are in the network. So here is just actually this connection can be cable. By the cable it can be connected, or by the wireless also, like a wireless, like a Bluetooth, Wi-Fi. So we can connect these two computers, or by the cable. So about the connecting devices also we will know how the we are connecting the networks, that will come in the um, next of this chapter. So first we will know which is that computer A and computer B is there, two computers there that are connected. So two computers they are connected, we will say the network. If more than two computers they are connected, so that's also it will be called the computer network. So like computer A, B and C. Okay, and these all are connected. Okay, these all are connected, they are also in the network. Two or more than computers they are connected in order to share their resources, they are called, they are in the network. So there is like one more term is there, like if two computers, only two computers are connected, like here one A and B, two computers are connected, only two computers. So this is called this is the simplest network. This is the simplest network combination to of two computers connected by cables. And this type of connection is called peer-to-peer connection. Only two computers are connected, so this kind of connection is actually called peer-to-peer connection, or this is the peer-to-peer network. Only there are two computers are connected, because in this connection to computer there is no any hierarchy. Okay, so like another there are different kinds of connections are also there, like client server network. Okay, so there are more, but here actually both the computers having the same weightage, because both are parallelly connected. So about these all connections we will see. So first of all, I hope you understood what is the network. Network, when two or more computers are linked in order to share resources, they are called they are in the network. Now so here we will say first of all we will see the computer network and its components. So what are the computer network and its a components means what are the things that we are using. So like a computer network can be defined as a group of computers and other peripheral devices that are linked together for purpose of sharing data and hardware resources. So the basic purpose to for the network, what is the basic purpose? Why we are making the network? Because to share our resources, to share our hardware resources to share our data. The main purpose of the network is to share, means like the in this example you can see in this figure, like if you have a only one printer, and I think there are three users are there. So if I want to take the printout for like if a wants to take the printout, so if there is a not, if this all computers A, B and C, if they are not in network, so in that case what will happen? So A will also require a computer, A will also require a printer, B will also require a printer and C will also require a printer, means three printers are required, okay, to take out the print. But to reduce the cost, use smartly the resources, what we have done here, we have done here actually we have connected these all three computers. Actually this is a hub to connect the different network, okay, to connect the different computers. We are using the hubs. About the hubs, switches, gateway, routers we will study later on in this chapter. So now you can see these three computers A, B and C, they all are connected, and then you can see this one printer is connected with the C. So this is actually network, as I told that more than two computers are connected, they are in network. So all these three computers are in this network. So the best part, the main motive to make the network is to resource the, to share the its a resource. So this is the resource, one of the resource, printer. So this printer can be used by B also, A also, because it is connected with the C, but this can be used by the A and B. Why? Because these all are in the network. So A want to take printout, A can also take the printout, B also can do and C also can do. So this is the benefit of the any like systems are in the network, okay. So now, so the purpose is to share the data and hardware resources. So this data also can be shared, like any like one hard disk we have, suppose one hard disk, in this in this hard disk some data are there. So this data if A will want, so this also can be shared to this A. If it is required for the B, B also can get. So by this network we can share our, the purpose of sharing data and hardware resources. Now some more things we will see, that the like what is node. So node is nothing but the each computer in a network is called node. Like there are how many computers are used, you can see three computer. So this is the node A, this is your node B and this is your node C. So each computer, those are in the network, means each point, that is your node, okay. One of these nodes act as a sender, of course, because anyone will send the data, that is that transmit the information to the other node is in the network is called receiver. If this is the sender, from here to here we are sending some data. So this is the node A, suppose, and this is the node B. This is node B is the receiver end, and suppose node A is your sender. So we are sending the data from one node to another node. So one will the sender, another will be called the receiver, and there will be the medium through which this data will flow, that data will pass. Now next part is your, so there what is messages? Messages, that is, it is the information to be communicated, like text, picture, audio, video, etc. Sender is a computer, workstation, mobile phone, tablet that sends the data through the web. Sender, those who are sending. Receiver, who will receive the data, okay, and it can also be a computer, workstation, mobile phone. Got it? Transmission medium, as I told that, through which the data will go, means the data will pass. So it is a physical path which through which the data through the message travel from sender to the receiver. That can be twisted pair cable, coaxial cable, fiber cable, radio waves. As I told that if two computers are there, suppose computer A and computer B, so of course these two computers if we have, so these two will connected by any medium, either it can be Wi-Fi, either it can be Bluetooth, or it can be by the cable. So it is required to connect these two computers, that is a physical medium is required. and in by this medium the data will go. So about that also we will see that. Okay, so one by one that we will see. So first of all, just you can see here is that. So radio waves, some common examples of it. Okay, next is your protocol. So protocol is nothing but it is a set of rules. In the computer terms, like the rules, like in the grammar, the like in Hindi or English we have the grammar. There is a rule to write or read any language. There is a rule. So here also to send the data or to communicate between two devices, there need a protocol. A protocol is a specify the set of rules that governs the data communication. Without protocol, the data cannot be exchanged between two communication devices. Means if we are communicating between two devices, there must be some rule regulation. Like simple rules are there, so many rules are there. Like even you are walking on the road, so there is the rule: right side you have to go or left side you have to walk, from where you have to pass, when you have to cross the road on the zebra. So there are some rules, there are some protocols. So likewise, when while the transferring the data, when two computers are connected, so there is some rules. So some rule regulations are followed, because so that rules are called the protocols. About these protocols we will also know, we will know there are some protocols are there. So what are the protocols to sending the data, that we will also study in this chapter. Now what is the advantage of networking? So actually what is that, why, as I think you are getting about this, about the network, and what is the advantage. One advantage we have seen, that the best advantage, the main purpose is to share the resources, to share the data. So these are the main advantages. So some more advantages that we can see also. So what are the advantages? The efficient use of storage media. As I told that it is better to store shareable application, that on a computer drive, that to store copy of application on each user's drive. It's better to have a big hard disk to server than a small hard disk in a different computers. So like to put your hard disks on a different, like computer A, computer B and C, so many hard disks you are putting. So it's better to bring one by one, set up the one big hard disk and install in one computer, and that can be shared by all. So that will be also the very good idea, and its maintenance cost will be also less, because if you suppose you want to maintain these all hard disks, you need to put the hard antivirus, you all the system should be on. So likewise that is, so to maintain the one hard disk is quite easy. Next part is your, which is preserving information. So it is difficult to maintain regular backup and number of standalone computers, as just now about this I have told. So when you keep backup on a central location, you have one place to look for the lost information. So like in the one hard disk is there, so it is easy to retrieve the data also. Now next part is your that reduction in hardware cost. Of course, if as you earlier I have given the example. The example was like the 3 computers and 3 printers are required. But if it is in a network, then one computer your work will be completed. So they required so it reduce your hardware cost. So in a network, the hardware device that are not used very often, like modem, printer, scanner, CD writers, etc., can be saved. It reduces the cost of hardware. Okay, next is your efficiency. So the deletion, modification, upgradation of software done with a single point of this. Like suppose the only one server computer is there, everything is installed there, like MS Word or any software is installed. To upgrade this system, like your MS versions are there 2010. Okay, so like 7 to 10 you have to upgrade. So like if you have the 5 computers and all having the 7, Windows 7 is there. So if you want to upgrade that, or MS7 is there, so if you want to upgrade that, so all these 5 computers you have to upgrade that, you have to upgrade. But if there is a one in a one system, there is a central hard disk there, where is the OS installed. So there in the one computer you can upgrade, so it will be upgraded to the all computers. So that's the best part of that, which is your efficiency. So it will take the less time, and it is very easy to for doing it. So now next is your next part, which is your redundancy. So what is the redundancy? In network, reduces the need of hard copies of all documents by sharing the soft copy file over the network. Need to share paper copies of reports of any information can be eliminated or greatly reduced. Means like one suppose any document is there, is required to the computer A, okay, and it is with the computer C. So it means if you if they are in the network, so easily that data can be soft copy. Soft copy means the digital form of the data can be given, so it's easily can be shared. Otherwise you have to take the print out hard and that has to be shared. So the soft copy is easily that can be shared. Now actually the meaning of the redundancy means useless things. Why we will do the wastage part, means like why taking the print out and doing the things, then after the wastage. So to rid of that we are can just share these things. Next is your quickest document delivery. Networking provides the facility to instantly deliver soft copy from one to other computer throughout the world. So we can share like on the as you have seen that on the internet, any data or any file you want to share to the any other person across the world, across the globe, it can be shared across the globe. Your data can be shared. Okay. Now next, these are the advantages. Now first of all we will see, now this is the next part, which is your networking media. Networking media, as I told that this is like suppose two computers if you have, okay, so these two computers will connected by some channel, some media. That is medium is like your cable, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, infrared. So by this there will be the some media, by that these two can be connected or three can be connected computer. See, so on this network they are connected by wire or something. So about that we will know how they are connected, about these wires, about this if there is a wireless medium, how does it work and what are that. So about them we will see here. So first of all, wide networking technology. So some are which is your computer which is connected by wide, in the wide form. So first is your Ethernet cables. What is Ethernet cables? So we will see this Ethernet cable. Ethernet cable is one of the most popular form of network cable used in wide network. Okay, while you are using two computers through the wire, so this is the one of the very popular one, Ethernet cables. This cable resembles a phone cable. Okay, I think you if you have seen a phone landline phone, so it's the same like that, resemblance of that, but it's larger than the phone cable and has 8 wires. How many wires it has? 8 wires. Here you will count, there is a small slots are there. Here is that, so total there is a 8 wires are there. Okay, so in this Ethernet cable there is a 8 wires. Ethernet cable can connect various devices such as PC, routers, switches within a local area network. So about these terms you can see routers, switches. So we will see that in later on in this chapter. The advantage of these cables is that they have less power consumption, but the drawback with this cable is that the computer requires Ethernet adapter card. So what are the advantage? Advantage is advantage. It consumes the less power. Okay, but the drawback, what is the drawback? This computer required Ethernet adapter. So this one card is there where this will be connected. Ethernet card is there. You can see here. You can see. Okay, so this is your Ethernet cable. This is the straight through cable. This type of cable has got both and identical each other. Okay, both side and 8 you can see, and it need one of the adapters where it will be connect. So the computer requires Ethernet adapter on the motherboard. So there is a adapter is there to connect this. Here is that. Okay, so it is required in this case. So this is one of the drawback of this Ethernet cable. Okay. Okay, so these cables also have their limitation in both distance, and they can stretch and still carry proper signal and durability. So it has also some limitation, like up to what are the the data speed, how much the distance it can be its range is there, so there are some limitations of these cables also, but this is the one of the basic cables, Ethernet. Generally we can use, and it's a very less power consumption. Okay, so next there are mainly two types of Ethernet cables. So this Ethernet cables again divided into how many parts? Two parts. So first one, which is your crossover cable. So this is basically designed for connecting two computers without hub or rotors. Okay, so why we are using this crossover cable? We can use this crossover cable without using hub and rotors. Actually, what is hub? Hub is used to uh, connect the networks. It is a connecting device. What is the meaning of hub? It is a connecting device which connects the so many computers. We will see that. And next is your rotors. So what is the rotors? Rotor is also a device that is used to connect two or more networks. Okay, two IPs, different IPs addresses are there, like two different network, LAN and WAN, and we want to connect, so that we can connect. So here you can see, so in the crossover cable, without hub and router we can connect the computer. And the next is your straight through cable. So straight through cable, this is the one of the, this type of cable has got both and identical, and used to connect the computer to a router or a switch. It is used to connect a computer to a router and switch. So here you can see, this is the router and switch. To connect these two routers and switches, we are using straight through cable. You can see, as you have seen here, straight through cable, both side is identical. Okay, so here if we don't want to use the hub and router, you can use the crossover cable. Okay, now next is your coaxial cable. What is it? Coaxial cable. So coaxial cable is used in the transmission of video, communication and audio. It is mainly used by cable television industry to connect the TV cables and TV services. I hope you have seen it. I think if you have that DTH one, that is set top box, so you have seen this kind of cable which is fit. I think one wire will coming from the antenna, and that will connect it to your set top box. So this kind of wire is there. I hope you have seen it. So this, however, this cable can also be used in network and has high bandwidth and greater transmission capacity. Okay, so as compared to the Ethernet, it has a greater transmission capacity. A coaxial cable consists of central copper wire. So here is, in this central is the copper wire. In the center part, it is a copper wire, and surrounded by insulation and then sealed off braided wire. So this is the braided wire, means actually there is a lot of braided, means this is the braided wire, means there is so many wires, like this kinds of wires, so many you can see here in this figure. You can see here, you can see this kinds of wire is called the braided wire. So many are there. Okay, so this is the braided wire. In the center you can see, in the central, this is copper, and there is the insulation is there. Okay, so this kind of wire is called coaxial cables. Got it? Now here you can see the one more picture is there. This one is for you. Just see it. Crossover point. Just now we are seeing that crossover point, as I told that both side has the same thing. So you can see the one end is the same end, and this side is also the same end. So this is the part of, as I told that Ethernet has two types of cable, crossover cable and straight through cable. So straight through cable, you have seen it, both side is the same one, and here is, you can see, this is the crossover pin out. So in the crossover there is a pins are there, like 1 to 8 pins, you can see different colors, so that will be inserted there. But here if you don't want to use the hub and router, without that it can be worked. Now next, which is your, okay, so now it is relatively inexpensive and can transmit the data high rate as compared to the Ethernet. The data transfer is higher. It also provides better immunity against the electromagnetic disturbance. So as you know that, what is electromagnetic? The magnet which is created by the electricity. As we know that, like in the science you have seen it, like if the current is flowing in this way, up direction. So as you know that when the current is flowing, so around that there are some electromagnetic fields are created. So like here according to the thumb rule. So the direction of this electricity is the what is called the magnetic field, the direction of the magnetic field likewise. So this is called the electromagnet. Okay, so the electromagnetic fields, so by the electric current there can have the electromagnetic field, and it can disturb the signal also, like any signal will travel through this region. So because of this movement, because of this electric field, it can be disturbed, it can become noisy. Okay, so now you can see, so the only disadvantage associated with the coaxial cable is the high installation and maintenance cost. So the cost of to install this this coaxial cable, the cost of installing is higher, and also to maintain. So there are two types of, again the mainly two type of coaxial cable. So okay, so as you have seen that Ethernets are two types, then again this coaxial is of two types. Okay, so what are the two types of the coaxial cables? So first of all, your baseband, okay, baseband coaxial cable, and second is your broadband coaxial cable. So first of all we will see this one, baseband. It supports quick transmission of single signal. Okay, it supports quick transmission of single signal at a time. How many signal? Single. Okay, single signal at a time. It is mainly used for LANs. Next is your broadband. It transmit multiple signals at a time, and same time can use the longer distance. So the difference between the baseband and coaxial is your, like in the baseband what you will see this, in the baseband, so like you have sent the data. So one time this data will, first of all it will be go from this A point to B, then after the next time this data will receive here. So one time one signal. But in the case of broadband both can be possible. One is sending and another is also receiving. Both can be possible. Okay, both can be possible at a time, multiple signals. Okay, but here the one signal will go, and then after another signal will come. And broadband is quite faster also. So baseband signal only consists the a single signal at a time, but in the case of broadband it is a multiple, and it is generally used in the LANs. Baseband where it is used? LAN, large area networks. Its full form is large area network. So you can see some pictures of here. As you have seen, this is the picture of coaxial cables and all. The crossover. Now we will see this, the next part, which is your optical fibers. Optical fibers is a popular technology that has a large capacity to transfer data at a very high speed. So now this is the again advanced version of the cables. Here you can transfer the much faster as compared to the earlier types of cable we have seen, we like Ethernet cables and coaxial cable. I think here the more faster data can be transferred. A fiber optics cable consists of central glass core containing a bundle of glasses threaded surrounded by several layers protective materials. The glass threaded capable of transmitting data converted into light signals at an extreme high speed. Actually in this cable, how the data are transferred, actually first of all I think you should know that is the bandwidth. What is the bandwidth? I think you will learn about this one also. Bandwidth is nothing but, bandwidth is the actually, like you can just try to understand. There are two pipes are there. This is a pipe A, and one more pipe we have. This is the pipe B. So you can see here, if the some waters will flow through this pipe, through the pipe A, and some water is also flowing from the pipe B. So you will see that in the pipe A less water will flow, and pipe B more water will flow. So the same thing is there also in the case of data transmission. Like in this case, you can understand this is the Ethernet type of a cable, and this is your broadband type of cable. So broadband having the this is the cross area region. This is the cross area section. There is a more area in the cross inside that hollow. The hollow area is more, hollow areas are there. This hollow areas are more. So here the more data will flow. Here the more here the less hollow area, so less data will flow. In the simple general term you can understand. But this is the advanced version, which is your optical. So in this optical, what is happening? So this cable is actually this pipe is made of some like a glass type of material. That your signals is actually your, what does the signals actually converted into light signal. Your whatever the data, digital data, your digital data signal is converted into the which signal? Light signal. Okay. And this is the this what is called this pipe, you can understand, this is made of the glassy material. So the law of the reflection, whenever this light will reflect, so there are reflectors are there inside that. You have seen that there is a reflector, like in the torch or like the headlight of the any car or bike, you have seen the reflector. So without means like with the help of that reflector, lights are projected, or it can go to the to the higher projection. The projection is the to the higher beams, it can go the far projection. So similarly, there are some reflectors are there, and these signals are transmitted, and the movement of these signals will be much faster as compared to here. So the speed of the signal as travel in A and B, so as compared to A and B in the C, the speed of the signal will be faster, the data transfer will be faster because of this optical arrangement. Okay, as you know that light travel faster than as through the any medium. So like it is based on this reflection, there is some arrangements are there on the reflecting phenomena, it works. So you can see here, so like highly resist is a signal interference and provides better data transmission by providing high bandwidth. Presently, fiber optics cable is a popular what is called technology for a local area network, but in the future almost all communication employ fiber optics. However, the fragile and maintenance high cost. So there is, you can see there are some wires, and in between you can see there is a like insulations are there, and that it is working on this. This is a what is called, you can just see, this is a type of a glass thread. Okay, and which is capable of converting the data into the light signal, that is converting the data into light signal, and that can be transmitted very highly. Next is your next part, which is your wireless networking technology. So as you up to here we have seen all the networking which is based on the wired, means it was connected through the wire. Now we will see some wireless technology which is not connected, like computer A and computer B if we have, and they are not connected by wire, they are connected by some like a wireless technology. Okay, so there is some wireless technology, Bluetooth. You are very much familiar with this Bluetooth. Bluetooth is a communication technology that use low power radio waves to connect electronic device wirelessly. Okay, so actually what we are studying now here, that is your networking media, how the how the systems are connected, how the nodes are connected. So we can connect the nodes through the wired and also the wireless. So now we are seeing that wireless. So Bluetooth, this is one of the communication technology. So it allows user to talk and share information like voice, music and video. It establishes short range communication between phone, computers and other network device. It is mainly used for personal area networks. So it has some limitation, and it is generally used for the personal area networks within a maximum transmission range of up to 240 meters. So it has the limitation up to 240 meters depending on the Bluetooth version in use. So which kind of your Bluetooth, which version is that, depending on that it is working. So this technology eliminates the use of cable and adapters. So here, because of this wireless, so we are not using the cables and adapters. The presence of Bluetooth icon, you can see this is the icon of Bluetooth, and so you can understand that this is the Bluetooth signals is there. So like when it will connect, so that displaying the is a notification it is connected or not. Next kind of wireless device, which is your infrared technology. Next is your infrared technology. So infrared technology is a short range communication technology that covers approximately only 5 meters of distance. It is used to exchange information between computer, cellular, telephone, faxes by emitting infrared waves. Actually, this is the name of the wave, infrared waves, and through infrared LEDs. So I think you have experienced this infrared. I think the TV remote you have seen it. So while you are changing your signal or increasing your voice of your TV, you have seen there is in front of your what is called remote. In front of the remote, you will see that the front part of that there is a one small LED is there, one light is there. So that is the actually through that the infrared signals are going. And if and the what is the drawback and the what is called the limitation of this infrared? If suppose your TV is here A and your remote is here, and you are trying to change the signal, it's okay, it will work. But if there is some hurdle or some barrier is there, some wall or something is there, if you are trying to do, if you will now you are trying, so you will see that it will not work, because the penetration power of this infrared is very less, very weak. Okay, so it need the, and it has a range only 5 meter, and it should be the clear range. There should not be any hurdle, there should not be any barrier. So now like it cannot penetrate the wall or other obstructions and work only in a direct line of sight. Okay, so now next part is your Wi-Fi. The another kind is your Wi-Fi. So Wi-Fi stands for wireless fidelity. So it creates wireless local area network. It uses the radio waves to send the information. A secure, reliable and fast wireless connection is established between electronic devices and internet using technology. This device requires a wireless adapter connected of the capture the Wi-Fi signals. I think many of you have used this Wi-Fi technology. So this Wi-Fi has a wider range as compared to the Bluetooth and infrared. We can connect to computer through the Wi-Fi, and it's also working on the radio waves. Now, what are the advantages and what are the disadvantages? So advantages. So first of all, advantages we will see. Wi-Fi has replaced the wide medium completely and can be used to connect the internet anywhere, anytime. Okay, it relatively inexpensive and can be accessed at places where cables cannot install. Means where the cables are not able to cables facility are not able to install, there you can use the Wi-Fi, and it's a very handy method. Next one can connect multiple device through Wi-Fi. As you know that hotspot, if you on the house in the phone also, if you switch on your hotspot, many Wi-Fi's can be connected. Okay, now there are some limitations are also. So what are the limitations? So limitation, it has high power consumption. The powers, it will take the high power consumption, and it's slower than the wireless medium. It is quite slower, as your wide medium is faster, but this wireless medium is slower. The transmission break or slow down when there is noise interference. So sometime if there is a noises are there in between the devices, so yours that is called that will be break down your signals. Okay, so like in the next class we will see the some other part of this chapter, which is your types of networks. Okay.